Okay, guys, how you doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see here. Where did we leave off? Hello, Icarus. How are you today, my friend? At the time, I had no idea about the commander lurking in the core's consciousness, nor any of the rest of the history I have just retold. Okay. I think I need an awakened core. All right. Let's actually go to my original hard world. How are you today, Icarus? Hope you're doing well. Testing. Okay, good. Microphone's working. Squirrel. Okay. Been playing Rift Breaker again. I'm not familiar with that one. All right, I'm just recording this scene right here. I think I'm going to give myself about 15 seconds of it, maybe 20. Tell me a bit about Rift Breaker. What's it like? Hey, Sawyer. How are you today? I only knew I was lost. Control a robot that can equip different weapons and armor. You're on an alien planet where you need to collect resources and build base defenses from waves of attacks from the alien. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I'll check that out. Like a tower defense. That's sweet. I do love a good tower defense. I used to play a StarCraft 1 tower defense game a lot. One thing that was really cool about StarCraft 1 was the way it was coded. It didn't need an installer. So you could literally just copy paste all of the folders and have a working version of the game. And at the time I worked at this like mom and pop computer repair shop. And so there were times where a bunch of us after hours would just get together, like me, other coworkers, sometimes friends of the coworkers, and we would drop StarCraft onto computers that we were working on and fixing, and use those machines for like a little StarCraft tower defense LAN party, and then we would just delete the file when we were done. At the time, I had no idea about the command. At the time, I had no idea about the commander lurking in the core's consciousness, nor any of the rest of the history I have just retold. I only knew I was lost and wanted to get home. I defeated Where'd you guys come from? Oh, you guys came from here. Okay. Cute. Oh, sweet, Icarus. I'll check it out after the stream. Okay. Twitch. Ayah. Twitch. Sorry about that. And let's... Mr. Slow Moving Republic 1, whatever the fuck your name is. Mr. Spammer, goodbye. Okay. Let's see here. This. Give mirror. Really? Give magic mirror. my hair. Starts off brown. And it's going to become gray later. Give me a copper pick. All right. Oh, the game's on sale too. Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll do. All right, let's see here. Let's give myself copper breastplate, copper pants. There. Give copper sword. Okay. All right. And turn off the UI, which is going to make this all hell. But hey, you got to do what you got to do for cinematics, right? And let's start recording. And let's kill Gorm. Easy. Okay. Now we need to go kill Glurch. Hopefully I didn't just lag through the entire death of the boss. Let me actually check my recording. Because that did kind of lag up a little bit there. I don't need that. Start recording. And let's kill Gorm. Yeah, it did kind of lag a little bit. Easy. Hold on, let me look at that again. Recording, and let's kill Gorm. Yeah, see, it froze. It froze at way too pivotal a moment. All right, we're gonna do that again. Yeah. You got to go away. All right, let's try that again. I really need to get back to playing Tinkerlands again. I have not played Tinkerlands in a long time, and I hear that a lot has changed in that game since I last played it. Um... Of course, I can't turn the UI off while I'm doing that. All right, let's do this quickly. Start recording now. I'm going to record myself walking up to it. Okay. And then this. Shit. That was not what I wanted to do. All right, well, that'll do. I don't remember the names of everything all the time. Form's there. I defeated the two guardians, Glurch and Gorm. Okay. I missed. Oh well. Alright, well, I'll get him on the next pass. It is E. Alright, E turns it on. All right, well, we've got a minute or two. We've got a couple minutes to kill. So, How you guys doing? Oh, let's see. Let me catch up on chat. Let's see. It's also easy to mix it up with other games. They have similar commands like hightail. Okay. I've fallen in love with using these explosives on Gorm. They're easy to get in the early game because they're just... I think they only take like bomb pepper and tin to craft. So they're pretty cheap. They do a lot of damage. And you can control when the explosion occurs with them, which is one thing that's really nice. Unlike a lot of other bombs and explosives where, you know, you set them off and they're either on a timer or they're on a contact explosion. These, it's just like, they don't blow until you tell them to blow. I don't remember. I think only like 10. But I grabbed 20 for some overkill. I don't think I even placed them all. How many did I place? I placed 12. So we'll see if that's enough. You've been in a Metroidvania craze? That's a good craze. I love Metroidvanias. All right, here we go. Already started recording. I'm in position. Oh, that didn't kill him. This is bad. I don't have my, let me turn the UI back on. I dropped my weapon. I don't know why I'm worried. I'm using my character with 500,000 hit points. He can't kill me. All right. All right, there we go. So you need more than 12 to kill him. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact amount that you need. That being said, he's not going to be on the screen that long enough. I'm probably not even going to show the actual kill. I'm just going to show the explosion. This is putting Glurch Gem into statue. This is killing Gorm. Let's grab both of these. Here. I'm gonna grab Gorm though. Any suggestions for Metroidvanias? I mean, have you tried the classics like Super Metroid or Castlevania Symphony of the Night? The originals that created the genre? I freed a caveling explorer who had been trapped literally inside the giant slime. He was a bit of a storyteller. Oh man, Icarus, if you've never played Super Metroid, oh, it's good. It's really good. Oh, that's cool. I had a friend with a Super Nintendo and I had a friend with a Genesis, and I only had a Nintendo. Are they on Steam? I don't know. I doubt it. But you can easily get emulators to play them. I use emulators all the time. Yeah, I still have my NES, and I have a Super Nintendo. I got a Super Nintendo in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina. I was living in New Orleans and I got displaced because of the hurricane. And so because I didn't have my computer or any form of real entertainment, I bought an SNES off of eBay. And I still have that. But I also still have my NES from when I was a kid. I freed a caveling explorer. I freed a caveling explorer who had been trapped literally inside the giant slime. He was a... There's an emulator for the iPhone called Delta that does from NES to N64 and the Game Boys. That's cool. I know that like Nintendo has like an online store. I don't know how it works with whether some of the games are free or you have to pay for all of it or what, especially when it comes to the classic games. But like if you have a Switch or a Switch 2, I think you can like connect to like Nintendo's online category and play their old games. Yeah, and unfortunately Castlevania Symphony of the Night is not on Steam. you would need to get an emulator or have a PlayStation and grab the game. I have a copy of it on PlayStation, but I also have it on emulator. Let me see. Super Metroid on Steam. And no, Super Metroid's not on Steam yet because it's Nintendo property, which makes sense. But it is apparently available on the Switch Online SNES library. So I'm not sure the official name, but hold on, let's see here. Emulators. I've been using BSNES for my Super Nintendo emulator. And then I currently don't have a PlayStation 1 emulator. But I do use PSSX2 for PlayStation 2 emulation. And they may have an emulator that works for PS1 also. I just haven't checked. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. One thing that's worth noting is you will never find emulators and games that are emulated on the same website, or at least you very rarely will, because there are legal repercussions if the emulator and the game are like easily available together. So usually what will happen is the emulators on one site, and then they will either recommend an emulated game site, or you can just you can Google it and you'll be able to find like SNES emulated games, and there'll be tons of websites for them. In fact, I actually have recently been using vim.net, V-I-M-M. It's Vim's layer. And if you go to the vault, then it has a huge catalog from tons of different systems. And you just pick your system and then go find your game. I've been pretty happy with this one so far. So I'm just recording this guy basically waving his hand at me, because that's an excellent indicator of him just talking to me. Yeah, hi. Just keep on waving. Keep on waving. I love it. Perfect. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Delete that. I don't want to import it there. All right. I want to rename it first. I'm going to call this Chatty Miner. Oh my god. All right. I guess we're not going to rename it just yet. Don't do this to me. Oh, you piece of shit. So because it's loaded into Premiere's like memory, I can't edit the file because it's considered active, and I can't move the file. I got photobombed on that recording. What do you mean? Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna zoom in. I won't be able to see. I won't be able to see it. He was a bit of a storyteller. Tales of his people and their past had been passed down through his family for generations. It was from him that I began to learn the history of this place. Had been passed down through his family for generations. His family for generations. It was from him that I began to learn the history of this place. He was a bit of a storyteller. Tales of his people and their past had been passed down through his family for generations. It was from him that I began to learn the history of this place. I needed Malagaz to tell me where to find the third keystone. And it turns out his bones were infused with the ancient gemstone energy. I don't fully understand how, but I was able to transfer energy to power the gemstones and bring Malagaz back to life. Suddenly worried why my filming section, there's this little bar, this little blue bar that I'm messing with right now, is suddenly really small. Go away. Huh. Weird. If I change this bar that I'm adjusting, this little blue and gray bar, wherever the start and stop point are, that's what will actually get exported when I hit the export button. So if the whole thing's not exported, it doesn't export the whole video. It just exports what it, you know, what is right there. Feels like I'm so close to the end and yet so far away. Because I know how much is left in all of this. I needed Malagaz to tell me where to find the third keystone. Am I blind? Where's Gorm's horn? There we go. Alright, well, that was better than the Glurch one. At least I actually got to see it and record it properly doing its thing. So now... Hey, James. That is from the chat commands mod. Oh, wrong. Wrong crystal shard. All right. Let's see. How do I want this scene to look? I needed Malagaz to tell me where to find the third keystone. And it turns out his bones were infused with the ancient gemstone energy. And it turns out his bones were infused with the ancient gemstone energy. I don't think I'm gonna do some sort of weird, like, special effect, like, swirl thing here. I'm gonna have to, of course, learn how to do that first, because I have no idea how to do that. But we'll learn. We'll learn something new. And then I need this. This over here for a second. That here. There. And then we'll just shrink that down to there. Up. When I don't know what to put somewhere, or when I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to record a certain section, I put this part in. I needed Malagaz to tell me where to find the third keystone. And so it's like cutting back to me as the narrator every time. Hey, Marmalade, how's it going? So yeah, This is my my catch-all section for when I don't know what the hell to put there visually. I don't fully understand how, but I was able to transfer energy to power the gemstones and bring Malagaz back to life. Or at least a memory of him. He was not very cooperative when I tried to ask him about the keystone. Fortunately, the keystone clattered to the ground after I forced his memory back into the abyss. With the core awakened... All right. So this whole section is just me fighting Malagaz. So... I'm not going to take this. This will be my first time ever fighting Malagaz in his arena without clearing it first. So this should be fun. All right. Let's see here. Still don't have a crystal skull on me. All right, I'll take a skull shard. Just give me 2 more. Oh, I should probably turn that off. Don't need those accidentally triggering. Grab that. And go here. Putting Gorm gem in statue. Fighting Malagaz. Oops. Fighting Malagaz. Let's try that again. This time hit the right control button. Fighting Malagaz. Well, we know that this section through this section can't be shown. I probably should have turned off damage numbers so that none of that is visible. Same thing with like health bars and shit like that. I probably should have all that turned off so it doesn't look like, you know, something in game. But I think that's something that can be forgiven. Fortunately, the keystone clattered to the ground after I not very cooperative when I tried to ask him about the keystone. Don't fully understand how. He was not very cooperative when I tried to ask him about the keystone. Fortunately, the keystone clattered to the ground after I forced his memory back into the abyss. Okay. So there's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to mark this. Hold on. All right, so what I'm going to do with this section here, I'm going to do this later because once I do it, my RAM and CPU are going to peg out and I'm not going to be able to do anything for hours. But I'm going to pull this into After Effects, and I'm going to use one of the tools in After Effects to remove the chest so that the chest itself doesn't appear and it's just empty ground. Like you see here before the chest appears. And then, hold on, let's also just make some adjustments here to the zoom. Go with 150. Now let's save this real quick and let's hop back into a sprite. Make a new file. 30 by 30 should be enough. Or no, it won't. The 8 pixel size happens to be the size of 1 pixel in Core Keeper. 8 pixels in Aseprite is 1 pixel in Core Keeper. So I kind of have a grid that helps from a size perspective for me. I think I might need to actually make, no, I don't think I need to make this bigger. Let's open gemstone. Good. I need your color scheme. I know there's a way to take a color scheme from one like sprite section and copy it over to the other section, but I don't know how to do that yet. And I don't really feel like figuring it out right now. So we're just going to do like this. I'm just gonna be like, all right, cool. There, I've got the thumb. Just gonna eyedropper it. Or not, because apparently that's not working. Why do you make me so sad? One thing that also kind of sucks when it comes to looking up instructions is Aseprite changes their interface so often that a lot of the instructions become out of date very quickly, which can get really annoying. Like, for example, these quick instructions that I found really quick, just took me 2 seconds, tell you the first thing you need to do is you need to select your image. Then you need to go over to the palette section, which is right here, and you need to click on the hamburger menu, which is 3 vertical lines. Anyone see 3 vertical lines? Or not vertical, horizontal. I see these vertical ones. It's 3 horizontal lines. Anyone see 3 horizontal lines anywhere? Anywhere? Nope. Don't exist. Yeah, so the instructions are wrong, and it's just because Aseprite has updated their interface and changed it, and the quick Google stuff hasn't updated. It's probably now these 3 vertical lines when it used to be horizontal lines, and they just simply flipped them. So yeah, I can save this palette. Go to assets, and I'm going to call this Aseprite palettes. I don't know how to spell palette. That's now how you spell it. Even though it's probably not how you spell it. Ancient gemstone. Cool, there we go. Now, You know what? I'm making this too complicated. Start over. The reason why it's ended up being so complicated in my head is because I'm trying to get it to do more than one color. So I'm trying to make it shine. But doesn't need to do that. White dot. Really should be blue. Good. That is so simple. And it is so ugly. But if it's really, really small, it may not be that ugly. So let's see here. We're going to save this and see if this works the way I'm hoping it will. If not, then I'm going to go watch Chrono Trigger and find a section in Chrono Trigger that I know has a gemstone or something that shines fall to the ground and see how the hell they do it and just mimic that. Because if they can do it and make it look realistic on a freaking Super Nintendo, then I feel like I can make this look realistic. What I'm trying to do, Icarus, is I am trying... Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me save these things, and then I can talk about what I'm doing. I can't, like, focus on saving and editing and stuff while I'm explaining things. the ground after I forced his memory back into the ground after. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make it bigger. So what I'm trying to do, and I feel like I definitely didn't do it right with just a single pixel image, is I was trying to create like a little like as if he poofs out of existence, and then the gemstone, whatever the fuck it's called, this thing, the stolen crystal heart, falls off of him, and clatters to the ground, essentially. So I feel like it'd be a little easier to see with the like once this chest is gone and it's not like in the way, but still to the ground after I forced to the ground after I yeah. I feel like I need to make it a little bigger and a little bit more nuanced, not just one pixel exploding. I think I'm going to actually need to make it multiple smaller pixels. Yeah. All right. Well, it's an idea. Actually, I'll leave this here as just my proof of concept, and then I'll this is for a visual effects pass later on. I'll fix that and make it look better. With the core awakened once again, the commander knew it had a new opportunity. Me. And I played right into its trap. It told me through the core that it could help me return to the surface. Yep, pretty much. Placeholder.png. All right, ChatGPT, take this in. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not using AI for any of this shit. Well, he didn't exactly say what he was supposed to say, which makes sense because this is not a brand new character. Oh well, that's okay. Why couldn't you say what you're supposed to say? Jerk. No, I completely agree. I actually do. Here, I can actually go show you something real quick. I do technically have an AI tool that I use. It's called AutoCut. I haven't used it in the making of the lore video, but I have used it in a lot of my videos. What I use is I use the AutoCut repeat feature, and what this does is this will, like, I tell it, you know, scan the timeline, it'll scan it, and it'll sit there, and it takes it a minute, especially for longer ones, but it'll essentially generate a full transcript of it. Reads the audio, generates a full written transcript of it. It's not a perfect transcript by any stretch of the imagination, but then once it's done, it does AutoCut dead air. Yeah, that is one of the features. I use it for that a lot. But once this one is done, it basically pulls up a full transcript, and I can then review the transcript for anything I want to cut out of it. So I then have to basically read it and decide what stays and what goes. And then I tell it to cut everything that I mark in red, essentially. Does not give me timestamps, no. God, that would be nice. But no, I still have to do timestamps manually. One of the major reasons why I don't do timestamps in every single video is because I have to do it manually. Unfortunately, I can't stop it once it starts. Well, actually, I can't hit cancel right here if I really want, but it's almost done. I should have just selected a small in and out point as an example instead of doing the whole damn timeline on a 45-minute video. This is where this step that it's doing right now is a step I really wish it wouldn't do, where it is just trying to decide what it thinks you should edit out of the video and what dialogue you should cut. And I'm like, that's nice. I don't need you to tell me what dialogue you think I should cut. I'll figure that out for myself just fine. So I really wish I could make it skip this step, but I can't, unfortunately. All right, you're taking too long and I no longer care. But it also has, exactly. It also has a few other features, like I can have it, blah, 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 blah. This is all true. I can't remember what I was about to say. Here's the auto cut silences here. I can put in an auto profanity filter if I want to, but I don't see any reason to do that. I can also tell it to auto caption, and then I can go in and edit to make sure anything that it doesn't caption properly, I do caption. I don't use this one very often, but I have used it. I use the auto caption feature on shorts, and I don't make a lot of shorts, so I've never used the auto viral, where you can basically take like a long video and let it try to determine where your good clips are. I've been meaning to do that with like a stream at some point, and just load up a stream and click the auto viral and see what it finds. But I haven't used this feature yet. I mostly just use auto silence and auto cut repeat. These are the two that I use like 99% of the time. And you have the auto timestamp thing. That's technically auto chapters. It does not work the way I want it to work, so I never use it. I actually find that it's more work to use auto chapters than it is to do it manually. And auto zoom drives me nuts. I don't use auto zoom because it'll take clips and it'll think, I'm gonna randomly add weird zoom shit to it, and it's always inappropriate for the scene and is just strange. And I'm like, nope. So with the core awakened once again, the commander knew it had a new opportunity. Sometimes it does like bouncy zoom stuff too. So I'll be like sitting there and I'll get to a clip and it's like zoom in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out, zooming in. And I'm just like, oh my God, please stop. With the core awakened once again, the commander knew it had a new opportunity. Me. And I played right into its trap. With the core awakened once again, the commander knew it had a new opportunity. The commander knew it had a new opportunity. Me. And I played right into its trap. It told me through the core that it could help me return to the surface. All right, I do need to get that initial dialogue. Okay. That's fine. That's an easy thing to do. I love it. We're an hour and a half into the stream. I've added like a whole minute of finished footage. Oh, it's so slow. So slow. All right, so I need to... I need to get some supplies. Supplies! Okay, hold up. Put a bunch of shit away. That was less shit than I thought would go away. I actually do need to keep the dresser, though. Okay, dresser. Let's grab one of these. One of these. One of these. And then... No, and then... Chest. Yeah, I need a dialogue reset. I'm sure I have a recording somewhere already of me, you know, recording all that dialogue, but I don't want to find it. Faster to just make a new one. How's it going, Scorpion? Good to see you. We are still live. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah, right now, all of this is the core commander talking to me, not the core. Perfect. Core's ultimatum. Core's ultimatum. Core ultimatum. Although I spelled optimatum wrong. Whatever, I don't care. All right. Let's see here. Where do we start with this part? It told me through the core that it could help me return to the surface. It said it needed more energy to regain strength and instructed me on where I might find the energy it needed. The Titans. They had gathered up large amounts of energy from the world and it needed to be returned. So I agreed. I did the commander's dirty work for it. Okay. So we're coming all the way up to this little point right here. All right. So let's see here. It told me through the core that it could help me return to the surface. It said it needed more energy to regain strength and instructed me on where I might find the energy it needed. Trap. It told me through the core that it could help me return to the surface. It said it needed more energy to regain strength and instructed me on where I might find the energy it needed. The Titans. They had gathered up large amounts of energy from the world, and it needed to be returned. So I agreed. I did the commander's dirty work for it. And now I have killed all 6 Titans. I have gathered the energy into myself. If the commander wants this energy, and it does, it will need to kill me to get it. Oh, killing all of the Titans, all 6 of the Titans. That's what, hours and hours of gameplay? Something like 40-50% of the game right there, and I'm about to sum the whole thing, that entire thing up, in a 10-second video segment. Ugh. All right, I am actually going to step AFK for a couple of minutes here. Put up this screen so it's a little nicer to look at. And I'm just going to put this little note, AFK break. 1 second. I'm going to go, I'm going to be AFK for probably about 15-ish minutes or so. Grab a drink, stretch, that sort of thing. And I will see you guys in just a couple minutes. All right, y'all, I'm back. I don't know if it's been 15 minutes or not. I wasn't really counting. I don't know if any of y'all play Fallout, but I was at Costco the other day, and they had Sunset Sarsaparilla available, and I was just like, yeah, I got to get me some of that. So the case also came with this cool magnetic bottle opener that says Sunset Deputy. That's pretty cool. Sunset Sarsaparilla Deputy. And they're a twist off, so you don't really need a bottle opener for it, but it's still kind of cool. Am I including the making of any of the legendary gear? I am, yes. I do briefly touch on it. It is somewhere in here. Somewhere in the area I haven't done yet. This 20-minute span in the middle that I haven't worked on yet. All right. Didn't I have an image here? I needed Malagaz to tell me where to find the third keystone. Hey, Twig. How you doing, man? Catching a break between work and work? Yeah, I hear you. Excuse me. I needed Malagaz to tell me where to find the third keystone. And it turns out his bones were infused with the ancient gemstone energy. I don't fully understand how, but I was able to transfer energy to power the gemstones and bring Malagaz back to life. Or at least a memory of him. Get back over here. back to where we were. All right, so I need now to do, let's see here. I basically need to blaze through and quickly kill each one of the 6 titans. And record collecting the souls. I don't need to record the whole fight. I just need to record the death part and the collecting of the soul part. And then I'm going to smash all of that into 10 seconds. I did the commander's dirty work for it. And now I have killed all 6 titans. I have gathered the energy into myself. If the commander wants this energy, and it does, it will need to kill me to get it. I know that it knows this. I don't feel any malice from it. All right. So we're going to do that with this character here so that I actually collect all of the souls. But this character is not exactly prepared for that, so let's make them prepared. No. Wait. Maybe that was max health. There it is. Set base max health. 100,000. There we go. That will make it so that I don't have to worry about anything. Okay. First thing I know I need to do is we're going to change my hair. Not that, hair color. Yeah. Do the purple that I normally use. And then, oh wait, I didn't need to go over there. Wait. And then I need to take that off. We can just chuck all of this. Hold on, we'll keep that. All right, so we've got like our partial look, most of what I'm used to, what people are used to seeing me wear. And then I need to put together an actual build. I think I'm gonna go. Should I go for a melee one or a ranged? Let's do a melee one so that I'm really like in its face when I'm killing it. Some of these builds are incomplete now. They haven't survived like all my world transitions and things like that. Why not? A solid enough build. And here. I think I should use this or the rune song. I think the rune song would be more cinematic. Really, rune song's 2 words. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's totally better. All right. And then let's grab some food for the road since I'm a little hungry. Let's see. How about just to make things move a little quicker? Put 100 of these to just buff my raw damage by 63%. All right, let's do this. Okay. First things first. Revealed the explored areas so that I don't have to deal with finding shit on the map. And then... You know what I need to do? I need to go back to the old world and grab the summoning idols. I can never remember... What is it called? The large... Hold on. Large, shiny object? No. Large... Glimmering... I never remember the name of this. Glimmering, shiny object? What is it called? Thing to summon Azios. All right, I grabbed an expert lure. Got a thumper. Get rid of that. I'm not going to use it. All right. Large, shiny, glimmering object. I was close. I just had the order wrong. All right. That's first. And then where are all my wind organs? There we go. Wind organ. Wind organ. All right. All 6 titans. Perfect. Wonder how long I've been talking to myself with the microphone off. Oh well. Sorry about that. Okay, well, my hit points didn't stay jacked out, so that's unfortunate. Let's see here. Can I? Good. All right, let's pause the recording again. And I'm going to go to... I love how I can't hit him because the thing's in the way and I don't have a pickaxe on this guy. So I have to wait for him to move. In the meantime, he's just healing up. There we go. One down. I'm just gonna fight without Omeroth's beak this time. There we go, back to full. Two down. I'm so used to doing this game in hard mode that doing it on standard is so weird. All right, so that's 3 down. Time for Druidra. I'm just trying to find some area that's remotely open. This is probably the best spot. Interesting that I have health bars turned off, and yet Druidra's health is still visible. Shit, I did that whole thing with my UI on. That's okay. I got the UI off in time. All right, that's okay. All right. Worst case scenario, I could have zoomed in and I would have been fine. All right. Time for Krydra. Okay. Just one more to go. One of the hard things about fighting with the UI off is I've got no idea where my cursor is. All right, that's it. Titan fights. Oh man. All right, now we just got to pick out the death moments. All right. Here's the Titan fight. Let's nest it together. Titan fight. Obviously, it's still way too long. You know what, rather than cutting from it more, let's just speed it up. I did the commander's dirty work for it. And now I have killed all 6 Titans. I have gathered the energy into myself. If the commander wants this energy... I don't need a bit of a transition there. Myself. If the commander wants this energy, and it does, it will need to kill me to get it. I know that it knows this. I don't feel any malice. I have gathered the energy into myself. If the commander wants this energy, and it does, it will need to kill me to get it. I know that it knows this. I don't feel any malice from it. It has a goal and it needs the energy to achieve it. But I too have a goal.
and I'm more than happy to go through the commander if it will get me back home. May I survive to tell the rest of this story. Because there is more, but there is no time right now. Now is the time to decide who will rule this planet, the natives or the invaders. Wish me luck.
So if you can't tell, this whole thing's being written as journal entries right before the main PC goes off to fight the core commander. Now I just got to think of what do I want this part to look like? I do know that I want to throw in my animation. Because I do have put this in. I made this yesterday. For those who weren't here. I made this little GIF that I am going to definitely use. Not sure how big I am. Okay, I'm big enough.
I don't feel any malice.
That's it. It's just me throwing the hat on my head.
I don't feel any.
So I'll use that at some point in this as I'm getting ready to go. But I feel like I need to do something that is done in the little village area that I started. And I started that little village area. I believe that's here in... No, it's not in Creative World. It's in Wunderland. My very, very first world ever. When I first started playing Core Keeper, this was my very first map. Jeez, okay. Kind of weird looking at a classic world these days. You don't usually see that big gap where the wall used to be anymore. It's also weird to see spawn chunks that are so small. Spawn chunks are not this small in in modern world, in the modern setup, normal worlds. Wait, did I not? Am I an idiot? Oh, I'm an idiot. It's not in... Is it not? Maybe it's not? No? Yeah, it's not here. I'm in the wrong world. Where the hell is that map? Maybe it's my hard world map? Check. Yeah. This one. So this is the room where I've been doing all my writing for like the lore video. Sit here, do my scribble, 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 scribble. Oh, you know something that's kind of funny now that I think about it? I did this original recording here, and I'm wearing the witch doctor's hat because at the time that I did this recording, my hat, my purple mad hat, was not in the game yet. And so I recorded this with the witch doctor hat, which is what I had been wearing at the time. But now I've got my hat. So I may need to re-record this little section here. That's okay. That's an easy fix. Nope. Not what I wanted. Okay. We need to look at my valuables collection real quick. Because I need to see if I need a quill. Like a writing utensil of some kind that I can put in my character's hand. Okay, where are my valuables? Here they are. I feel like there's a writing quill somewhere. Am I crazy? Go into a creative world. I can look, see what I can see. There really isn't a writing quill. Could have sworn there was one. Okay. Well, never mind. Not where I intended to go. No idea where I just teleported myself to. Let's find out. Ooh, that's out here into the Shimmering Frontier. I'm back in the wrong world again. That's another reason it takes so long. I always log into the wrong worlds. It's 3:30. Crap. All right, guys. I actually am going to need to get going. I have to take my wife to a doctor's appointment in about half an hour. So let's see. Let me just do this real quick. I'm just going to record this part. This is exactly what I recorded last time, essentially. Just shift a little in my seat. I'm going to hop down, stand here, and I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go down and sort out. Then I'm going to walk over here. Turn the UI back on for a second. Grab my hat. Back off. Hat in hand. Down. Okay. Minimize that so I don't accidentally hit anything while I'm out here doing stuff. Okay. Let's go to the temp. Let's go to this. Go to ending scene. Apparently I didn't highlight it. I'm an idiot. All right, and set that piece off to the side. I may have to adjust a little bit here. Obviously I've got to do all my zooming and things like that. But what I'm thinking here is I'm sitting on my table.
I know that it knows this. I don't feel any malice from it.
I hop down.
It has a goal and it needs the energy to achieve it. But I too have a goal. And I'm more than happy to go through the commander if it will get me back home.
Okay,
May I survive
so
to
that
tell the
part
rest
where
of
I
the story.
That's the part where I want to be like, and I'll be willing to go through the commander to get back home. So like that part is gonna have to be a little earlier so that I flip right as I say the dramatic thing.
May I survive to tell the rest of this story. Because there is more. But there is no time right now.
And then I walk
Now
over,
is the time to decide who will rule this
I
planet.
put my hat on,
The natives
flip,
or the invaders.
boom,
Wish me luck.
sort out, done. And then credits roll. All right. So, yeah, that's at least concepted out. I'd love to iron it out a little bit better right now, but I don't have the time. I'll have to do it later. But hey, guys, we've got the last 5 minutes done. So, or actually this last section's pretty much done now, which is great. That means that I only have this 20 minutes in the middle that I still have to do. I got the 20 minutes here, I got 5 minutes at the end, and I got 20 minutes left in the middle still to do. So at this point, I'd say that this video is a little over halfway done. I'm not going to complain about that. It's coming along slowly but surely, and I promise it's not going to take me another 2 years to do the other half because I am working on it a lot more. I'm going to try to come back again tomorrow if you guys want to join me and hang out some more. And we'll work on this some more. I'll be moving into obviously this middle area. I'm not quite sure where yet, but we'll figure out what we need to do. If you're following me on Twitch, hang out for a second. We're going to raid somebody probably. Let's see who we've got available. And there's really no one on right now that I'm following. So instead, let's find somebody that's playing Core Keeper who has like nobody watching him. I always like doing that. All right, we're going to hop in on this guy. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's raid. This guy's name is XX Bloody End X. Not a great name, but hey, he's got a webcam on. He's playing the game. He's talking. So let's see what we can do. Have a good night, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay crazy.